Do you remember the first time you played Minecraft? If you're anything like me, you probably fondly remember the first time you played the game. But recently, Minecraft hasn't felt the same. The game that once felt simple has become complicated. And while yes, I do still enjoy playing, I don't have the same enjoyment I got the first time I played Minecraft. But what if I could experience Minecraft like it was the first time all over again? That's when it hit me. Because I didn't start playing Minecraft till 1.15, there was a lot about the game I had missed. But what if I went back to the beginning? Minecraft 1.0, the first official release of Minecraft, and I didn't have to stop there. I could play through each version of Minecraft and experience everything the game had to offer, hoping to fall in love with the game once again. There would be just one rule. I could not update to the next version until I completed every advancement in the version I was in. This would make sure that I did not rush the experience and would have the opportunity to enjoy everything each version of Minecraft had to offer. And just to make things more difficult on myself, I decided to do this in hardcore. Hopefully that doesn't turn out to be a mistake. And with that, I started my journey through Minecraft's history. Let's do it. Alright, swamp. I'm not particularly pumped about the swamp, but I don't know. Can we work with this? I think we can work with this. I wasn't super excited about spawning in a swamp since it was the one biome I was hoping to avoid, but I eventually decided to stick with it. Now when starting a hardcore world, there are two things that you want to do right away. Make a bed so you can sleep through the night, and get enough iron to make a set of armor. So after chopping down my very first tree, I quickly made my first tools and mined all the iron in a nearby cave. If you notice, crafting was a little different back then, as it doesn't give you any crafting recipes, and you had to manually place each block in each spot. I didn't quite have enough for a full suit of armor yet, so I then started looking for some sheep so I could make a bed. I also went searching for some food since sheep didn't drop mutton in this version. Dude, it's all sheep. It's like a pasture out here. Where are the cows at? Or pigs. After a while of only finding sheep, I was able to finally find some pigs. But honestly, pigs aren't even that great in this version either, as I would later find out that they sometimes drop nothing in this version because they have between a 0 and 2 drop rate. Now if you're wondering why you can't hear any in-game sounds, it's because it wasn't until after killing some sheep that I realized I had the game sounds turned off. As I went to go fix this though, that's when I was hit with my first taste of the old Minecraft music. Oh, I totally forgot I didn't turn my desktop audio back on. There we go. Now we got the Minecraft music. Now I normally play with Minecraft music off, but the sense of nostalgia it gives you is just an experience hard to describe. It just honestly brings you back to the first time you played the game. Once the first night was upon me, I finally decided to make my first bed and sleep through the night. This is back when there was only the classic red bed. Alright, oh, perfect. View of the sunset. Once it was day, I decided to make my way back to the spawn cave, but quickly realized that I was lost. Alright, we're off a little more this way, I think. Not gonna lie. I'm pretty much completely lost. Thankfully, I had taken a screenshot of spawn and was able to find my way home. And of course, not 50 blocks from where I had spawned, I found a herd of cows. Oh, I found cows. Let's go. And more pigs. Huge. Okay. Spawn was right here, right? Oh, I think not. Dude, I looked everywhere for cows and there was some right there. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is... Oh my goodness. Bruh. After getting back, I started searching deeper in the cave for some more iron to make a full set of gear. But after killing a zombie, I realized something was wrong. I didn't get the Monster Hunter achievement. You see, in old Minecraft, you have to complete achievements in a certain order, with the first achievement being Open Inventory. But because I mined a tree before opening my inventory, I never got the next achievement, Getting Wood. This meant I never got an achievement for making a pickaxe or any of the other following achievements, so I would now have to redo all of these. But not before... Oh, gosh. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not doing that. All my food's up. Yep. Where we're going. Nope, not there. Nope. Thank goodness he sucks. He has no aim. After smelting enough iron for a set of armor, I was starting to feel much safer and decided to start working on some of the achievements, especially since I was going to have to redo many of them. Boom. Getting wood. We got it. Boom. Benchmark. 3 achievements achieved. Let's go. Time to strike. Boom. Making a second furnace. Boom. Hot topic. Let's go. Oh, we're gonna have to get some more iron. There we go. There's another advancement checked off too. Tragic. Okay, getting an upgrade. I then went back into the cave to get Monster Hunter, which is when I realized creepers don't give you the same warning they do now. Oh gosh, that scared me. But thankfully, they don't do as much damage either. Next, I began planting some sugarcane and collecting seeds for a farm. I also had to deal with a few home intruders. Yo, you're in my house. Yo, you're all in my house. Get out of my house. Do not blow up. Ooh, that was almost rough turn of events right there. It's time to torch up this bad boy. And I've got one stick. That's a problem. I then began planting my farm, but I had to be careful because in this version, when you walk over crops, you trample them. While I was certainly enjoying my experience in old Minecraft, there was certainly a few things I found annoying. Dude, swimming has got to be the worst thing about this version. Like, if I had a single complaint to complain about, it's like, if you were to change one thing right now, besides the walking on grass noise, which is like, I would be like, please change that. I can't deal. Little did I know there would be something even more annoying about old Minecraft. As the next night approached, I decided to fight some skeletons to get some bone meal so I could progress my farm. Because in this version, one bone meal would completely grow any crop. Oh, we got a skeleton on our tails. But he sucks! Also, against my better judgment, I decided to try and fight my first enderman. Break it. We're gonna take on an enderman. Let's do it. Oh, God. Okay. That did a full heart of damage. That's a little scarier. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? The thing is, they're hard to hit because they always teleport. Oh, okay, that was a little bit scarier than the last time I fought one, I'm not gonna lie. It's also I'm in hardcore this time. Now, for some reason, I thought it would be a bright idea to try and get a music disc since I wanted to know if it was even possible in this version. Although I wasn't sure if I would ever find out with how bad skeletons used to be. Here we go. This is it. No, oh my, what was your aim, dude? You're gonna start burning! You guys' aim suck! I can't believe this is what I'm doing, like, come on, fire. Yes, let's go, we got one! Let's go! That's such a dub. After getting a music disc and fighting mobs throughout the night, I was beginning to feel untouchable. I realized just how much easier the mobs were back then, and I might just be able to beat every version in hardcore. Okay, maybe I need to keep in mind that I was, in fact, not invincible. After using the bone meal to grow the wheat, I could now collect some animals since they were all bred with wheat in this version. Now, I may have had a little trouble crafting fences. I have no idea. How do I make a fence? It's a fence gate. How do I make fences? I have no idea. No, that's a sword. What? Dude, that only makes 2? But after that, I began gathering 2 of every kind, just like Noah in the Ark. Come on, how? Dude, if you follow me, you get to live.
2 seconds later.
Oh, let's go. We got the cow tipper. Once I was done with that, I spent the last bit of my first stream exploring the world. You see, because I was playing hardcore, I decided to stream every moment of my world on YouTube, so you could experience it with me. So if you want to come watch me live in this series or watch past streams, make sure to check out the description below. Now, while exploring my world, I did find a nearby village, which was pretty cool. Sick! We found a village. I know they're useless, but still, that's so cool. Okay, I love it. Let's go. One fun fact is villagers were actually given the same AI as pigs in this version. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Villagers literally had the same AI as pigs. I then ended the stream with the lie achievement and created a cake to celebrate 13 years since hardcore was released in Minecraft. 3 wheat. 3 buckets of milk. 1 egg. 2 pieces of sugar. We got ourselves a cake. Let's go. Can I put it here? I can. Okay, that does not look great, but it's fine. Let's go. 13-year celebration of hardcore. That's right, I literally started my world on the 13-year anniversary of the release of Hardcore Minecraft, which came out September 29th, 2011, which I think is pretty cool. I then ended the day feeling hopeful and excited for what was to come, but the next time I logged on, I realized just how stressful Hardcore Minecraft could be. I started the next session trying to decide where to build my base, but after not really finding anywhere else I was really excited about, I decided to start my base in the cave at spawn. I also moved the farm, sugarcane, and all the animals across the river so that they would be in the meadow biome instead. I even made a path using lily pads to get across easier. My cow died! There was another cow, he died under here. What? How do you die to a lily pad, man? That's so sad. Next, I decided to explore more of the cave and light it up so I could begin making my base there. I actually ended up finding a zombie spawner as well in the main portion of the cave, which I could later turn into an XP grinder. After a little more caving, I decided to take a break and check my crops and breed my animals. This is when I noticed just how long it took wheat to grow in this version. It was even slower than sugarcane. As I went back to caving, I hoped I might be able to find the first diamonds of my world. But as I went deeper into the cave, I found out exactly how stressful hardcore Minecraft could be. Mobs over my head just jumping themselves on here. I'm not. Oh, my sword just broke. I'm stressed out right now. See, I don't. Okay. There's 2 of them. There's a 3rd one. How are they climbing up the water? Creepers can swim? I mean, even the sound of my own tools was starting to jump scare me at this point. Oh my goodness. I'm not usually a person that scares easily, but after having mob after mob drop down on your head, like what? It definitely made me start to fear for my hardcore world. After seeing how expansive the cave was, I wondered if it would even be safe enough for me to mine diamonds, and thought I might just need to strip mine instead. But right before I decided to give up... Diamonds! I think I found the first diamonds. Let's go! First diamonds of the world. Okay, that's unfortunate. Come on. Oh, okay. I need one more. I need one more. One more. Come on. Please be one more. No, I'm 1 short. Now, I was hoping to get 5 diamonds so I would have enough to make my first diamond pick and an enchantment table, but after being 1 short, I decided to push my luck and try to find some more diamonds. I'm literally gonna have to mine out of here. Let's go! The last little bit of redstone we needed! Nah, okay. Let's get these diamonds! Let's go. The only problem after finding the diamonds, though, was trying to find my way home. But luckily, I was able to quickly stumble my way back before all my armor began to break. That's right, after only 1 caving trip, my gear was already pretty much done. So I made my first diamond pickaxe and decided to start working on getting Fortune 3 right away. Also, before I ended the stream for the day, I had to prove to my chat why you can't MLG in this version, since you still take fall damage through water. Here, we'll build up a little bit. Yeah, it literally doesn't work, Caden. Dude, that was 2.5 hearts of damage? What? I started the next session by once again checking the farm and breeding the animals. Let's get a breeding. Dude, did a cow escape? For some reason in this version, the animals seem to be escaping the fences, so I decided to discourage the others from doing so. We cannot have this random cow just bullying our cows with its freedom. You shall not. You shall not bully my enslaved cows. Don't let them think there's a better life out there. Next, I collected the sugarcane so I can make books for my enchanting setup, and in this version you don't actually need leather for books. I then mined the obsidian I needed for an enchanting table and gathered wood to make bookshelves, before ending any other delusions of freedom. Bro, what the... come with me, right now. I'm not telling you it's gonna be a nice life. It will be a life of either eternal enslavement or you're gonna be bacon next week. I don't know. It depends on how fast you grow, but you'll live. For now. Chat, you saw nothing. I then began making the enchantment setup in the main portion of the cave that I had decided earlier would be my home, because this cave was actually a big reason why I decided to stay in this world. You see, a lot of my inspiration in starting this journey through every version of Minecraft was a YouTuber named EthosLab, who is famous for his man cave and his single player world. He has now been playing in his survival world for over 13 years now, and has made almost 500 episodes from this world alone. Before I started this journey, one of the biggest things holding me back from starting a single player world after starting YouTube was the fact I didn't know where to begin. I felt like it was hard to look at a world like EthosLab with so much history without feeling lost on where to start. But once I decided to play through every version of Minecraft, I felt like I would have the chance to experience all the things in Minecraft I had once missed out on. As I began working on the cave, I decided the enchantment table would make a good centerpiece of the cave and mined out this center section here to make the main part of the base. Oh, that was gonna happen. I then crafted my enchantment table and bookshelves for the enchanter and librarian achievements. Then when I went to get my first enchantment, that's when I realized that enchanting went above level 30 in this version. 31? What? In fact, enchanting actually went all the way to level 50. Not only that, but it takes all your levels and you actually don't know what enchantment you will get. Which is how I later found out in this version you actually need 30 bookshelves, not just 15. But I'll explain more about enchanting later. I then went to make the entrance of my cave safer by placing fences around it, although apparently spiders can climb fences in this version. At least it will keep the creepers from jumping on my head. Dude, they just... No. My cave! Next, I went to go make a mineshaft, and after some deliberation, I finally settled on a spot where I found some diamonds pretty quickly. Oh, let's go. I decided to wait to mine them till I got Fortune 3 so I could try and get a full set of gear, but what I didn't know yet was just how difficult this would be. As I started the next stream, I continued my routine on checking on the farm, breeding animals, and dealing with any attempted runaways before working on my plan to get Fortune 3. Now, in order to get Fortune 3, I decided to make an XP grinder out of the zombie spawner I had found earlier. Now, you normally would make a water elevator that goes up and over the spawner so it will drop the zombies down to one hit while you're still in range of the spawner, but that's when I happened to run into some lava. Oh my gosh. Since there was a lava pit right above the spawner though, and I didn't have fire resistance yet, I decided not to risk it. So I took a break to once again man the farm, animals, and yes, more jailbreaks. That's when I realized just how much fun I was having playing old Minecraft. Honestly, when I started this, I wasn't sure that I would, because this was actually not my first time playing old Minecraft. In fact, I had tried to do this about 6 months earlier on a server with 4 of my best friends. The problem was any hosting sites don't support old versions like this, and to say the server was a bit buggy would be an understatement. Oh, wait. I just completely froze. All of a sudden, I literally feel like I just stepped in quicksand.
Oh, no, I can see you, I think. Well,
No, I'm walking out here.
No, that must be somebody else.
That's me. I want to see what he found now. Oh,
Is that
yeah.
you?
Oh, that's so bad.
Oh, I see you, I see you, I
Blackout.
see you.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Wait, are you saying that I'm about to be free, though, Blackout, if I keep going that way?
Okay, I'm out. Wait,
Oh, no, I'm free. I'm free.
Yeah, I'm out. Dude, it's something in that chunk then.
Oh.
You might not be able to go to your base for like 5 versions.
That's like the ultimate defense, dude. Could you imagine, like, we don't even need a lava mode. We have a literal, like, blackout mode.
Oh my gosh, that is unreal. Not only that, but I was having issues getting my in-game audio to work on the old Minecraft client, so I was essentially playing with no in-game audio. On top of all of that, we were all extremely busy in our lives at the time, and so even finding 1 hour a week to play together was challenging. While I could have played in my spare time, with all the issues I was encountering, I really just wasn't motivated to play. And so a few short weeks after starting, we just stopped playing. This idea stuck with me though, because there was truly so much about Minecraft I wanted to experience. This is when I decided to try this in single player, despite not starting a single player world since I created my YouTube channel. This would solve many of the glitches I ran into playing on a multiplayer server, and I could play whenever I wanted to. I was also able to fix the audio issues I was having and decided to give this another shot. While I still found some things annoying, they are getting out. So annoying. I was also having so much more fun than I could have ever imagined. After dealing with any jailbreaks, they're not allowed to know freedom. I began finishing the XP grinder and decided to try it out, but it was not quite as good as I had hoped. You see, because the zombies were not brought up with water and dropped down to 1 hit, that meant they would require multiple hits with a sword to kill them. And since there was no sweeping attack in this version, I went through quite a lot of swords. Now I know I'm using stone swords here, but iron wasn't much better. This is when I realized just how much of an issue durability would be, especially after I let a bunch of zombies build up in the farm since there was no entity cramming back then. Even with over 70 zombies, I didn't get 10 levels of XP, and because I was only playing in the world on stream, I didn't want to AFK. Before the stream ended, I was able to at least get level 30, but I was disappointed with the enchantment. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, enchanting in this version is so rough. Okay. Well, that's sad. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but I really wanted fortune, so we cry. While I began the following session by getting XP just to get some low-level enchantments on my armor, I quickly began thinking of some better ways of getting XP. Now, since I was in a swamp, I decided to try and find some slimes during the night. This was for a few reasons. First, slime balls were needed to make sticky pistons, which I planned on using to make a variable enchanting system. Etho built one of these in his world so that you can vary the level of enchantment options you get based on the XP you have and what enchantment you wanted. Secondly, slime was used to make magma cream, an important ingredient for fire resistance potions. But after looking for a whole night, I could not find any slimes, which had me worried. Since slime spawns were based off the moon cycle in the swamp though, it was possible that was why I didn't find it. After the night was over, I kept my routine of breeding the animals, manning the farm, and again finding any more fugitives. Chat, you saw nothing. After getting another night, I began looking around for slimes again, but still nothing. I then decided to add stairs to my mine, which I later realized was not really that helpful, since you lose your sprint on stairs in this version. Next, I went searching for more diamonds I could mine after I got Fortune 3. Once it became nighttime, I went on the hunt for slimes once more, but still nothing. I realized the gear I had just enchanted was already almost broken, so I decided to give up for today and continue mining. Thankfully, I was able to find some more diamonds that I could eventually mine. After that, I went to the spawner to get level 20 so I could attempt to get Fortune one more time. Bro, are you kidding me? But again, was disappointing. All right, we're looking for exactly 20. Oh, God, please. All right, chat, this is it. Fortune! Oh! Edge. So I realized I would clearly need to do some research on how enchanting worked back then. This is how I discovered you needed 30 bookshelves instead of 15. You see, enchanting in 1.0 was a lot different and was easily the most complicated thing in the game back then. Now I'm going to do my best to explain how enchantments work in this version, but even I don't understand it completely. Step 1 is applying modifiers to the enchantment level, which is the green number when selecting an enchantment. The first modifier is based on what is called an item's enchantability, which is based on this chart. Next, Minecraft will pick a number between 0 and half the item's enchantability and add 1. Next, the enchantment level is multiplied by a random value between 0.85 and 1.15. Now on to step 2. The game then decides what type of enchantments can be applied to the item along with the power based on this chart and the item's new modified enchantment level. What enchantment it picks is based on step 3. Based on this chart, you can see each enchantment is given a different weight, which basically just means what chance each enchantment has of being picked. Once the first enchantment is picked, there's a chance to receive another enchantment based on this algorithm here, which to be honest, I have no clue what it means. But if you want to see this plus other information on how enchanting used to work, I will include the link to this down below. Now that I have a headache, the main thing you need to know is enchanting was essentially trigonometry, and even though we couldn't have easy crafting, swimming, or even fences that kept your animals in, stupid cow, at least we had this really complicated way of enchanting that is trying to make my life pain. Okay, let's see what happens. While this was certainly a disappointing way to end the day, the research I did between streams definitely encouraged me. At least I wouldn't waste as much time enchanting even if I didn't completely understand it. As I started the next day, I made a new set of enchanted gear all with low level enchantments so I wouldn't use up all my levels. I then continued my routine of breeding the animals, or at least the ones that didn't try to escape. Little quick problem. This is when I started on my first idea for a better source of XP, a mob grinder. I would pretty easily be able to make this using all the cobble I had mined in the mineshaft. I decided to pick a spot in the swamp where the water was at least 2 layers deep so if I fell off, I would not die to fall damage. Ow, ow, my legs! This farm would also allow me to farm multiple types of mobs for resources while getting XP easily by dropping them all down to 1 hit. The only problem with this farm was I would then have to spawn proof all the caves within 128 blocks to get better rates. After running out of blocks, I dropped down to get more from the mineshaft. I then collected wood for the trapdoors to help mobs fall down into the water streams. After that, I finished making the farm, placed the water, and slabbed the roof before dropping down to see if it worked. To no surprise, it was very slow, because I had not done any of the mob proofing yet. Now the reason I was not too opposed to this long task ahead of me was I was actually needing to do this for another farm I was building anyway. You've seen all the research I had done, I discovered that slimes actually did not spawn in swamps in this version. Instead, they only spawn in slime chunks below level 40. Now I needed the slime balls to make a variable enchanting setup, plus something else I had in mind. You see, in case the mob grinder didn't work, I had one more strategy to get XP, because in this version of Minecraft, the only way to get XP is killing mobs. Well, there are only 3 mobs in Minecraft that give 10 XP instead of the normal 5. Blazes, Guardians, and Endermen. Since Guardians didn't come out till 1.8 and I have not been to the end yet, a Blaze farm would be my best chance to get XP faster. Even though I was originally planning on only going to the Nether after getting diamond gear, I realized this was one of those times I would need to take a risk. But in order to make a Blaze farm, I would need to get sticky pistons. So I found a slime chunk using a website that works for Minecraft seeds in every version, which I will link in the description down below in case you want to use it. Now you may consider this cheating, but my alternative was wasting my time mining out chunks till I found a slime spawning in one of them. Since I was streaming everything, I didn't want to put anyone through that, including myself. So I mined it out and prepared to go to the Nether. I started the next session like I started many others. But before going to the Nether, I grabbed some sand so that I could make some bottles. Because once I got everything I needed in the Nether, I could make fire resistance potions without having to return home, and risk more time I could potentially die to lava. So with everything prepared, I headed to the Nether, and I couldn't have gotten a better spawn. Oh, let's go, chat. That could not have been easier. Now it turned out this was actually 2 Nether fortresses, and I was quickly able to get blaze rods. Got a blaze rod, let's go. Next I was able to find some Nether wart, and even got the return to sender achievement. Oh, let's go. I got return to sender. Nice. Now, the last thing I needed for some fire resistance potions was some magma cream. But when I killed a magma cube, nothing happened. Oh, let's go. magma cream, please? I started to wonder if something was wrong, but quickly began searching for another. Dude, why am I not getting any magma cream? I started to wonder if my luck was just that bad, or maybe they didn't drop magma cream in this version. After yet another fail, I decided to stop pushing my luck and headed home. I later found out that magma cream did in fact not drop from magma cubes to 1.1, which I found a bit odd. But that's when I noticed even some of the things about old Minecraft that were annoying at first didn't really bother me. Things like crafting, the sound of walking on grass, and others were not really that big a deal at all. Just things I wasn't used to. While yes, Minecraft has made many quality of life updates over time, these were not things that ruined my experience. In fact, they just made me appreciate the game that much more. That is except enchanting and swimming. I never really got over that. But the other things made me appreciate how simple Minecraft used to be. And while updates are always nice, changes are not always good. Completely relearning aspects of the game was actually exciting to me. Even if I wasted 30 minutes hunting for something that didn't exist back then, like magma cubes dropping magma cream or slimes in a swamp, having to figure out things just made the game exciting. It gave me the feeling I had the first time I played Minecraft. The only difference was I already knew I loved the game. Since I still needed fire resistance, the only way for me to get it was combining slime and blaze powder. So without slime, I wouldn't be able to get the fire resistance potions I needed to tackle the blaze farm. I then decided to go back to my slime chunk and carve out another layer. Lastly, I spent the rest of my stream getting some of the mob proofing done around my base, since I knew it would be a long task and would help my probability of getting slime. I was a little scared there was a chance that maybe it wasn't a slime chunk, but I had to hope for the best. Thankfully, due to some of the caving I had already done, I didn't have too much of an issue with the mobs this time around. But I did find that this cave was quite expansive. After almost an hour, I decided to finish up for the day and tackle the rest later. So I headed back when I got a pleasant surprise. No way, a slime. Let's go! I got a slime, guys! Finally! It spawned. It spawned one. Let's... I'm way too excited about this. But we got a slime! I was so nervous, this slime chunk was not actually going to work. This was actually huge for me. Not only had it helped me out on a day filled with some disappointments, but it meant many of my plans going forward could now be done. Let's go, we can make it! Fire resistance potions! Yeah! As I began the next stream, I realized just how much I had become subject to my routines. Yeah. Next, I went to check on the efficiency of the mob grinder after lighting up caves last session. Okay. Got a mob. It was still pretty useless, so I decided to get back to work, since I would need this done for the slime farm as well. After about an hour of mind-numbing torch placing, I went to test the mob grinder once again. Oh my goodness, yes. Look at the mobs spawning. I was encouraged by the results, but for some reason mobs kept dying from the fall. I then headed back into the cave and found that the slime farm was also working much better, which was a great sign. We're getting slimes, baby, we're getting slimes. That's so huge. It was now time for more mind-numbing torch placing. After about another hour, you could say I was starting to regret creating a base in such a large cave. I went back to test the mob grinder, but was still having the same issue, so I decided to raise it another block, and this mostly seemed to solve the issue. The only mobs that seemed to be dying were spiders, which I'm pretty sure was caused by them climbing up the walls and falling from a greater distance. For now, this worked good enough for me though, and I decided to farm some XP. After this, I went to check on my farms as I often did, but was stopped when I heard a zombie, which meant I had clearly missed a cave. Are you kidding me right now? After torching the cave up, I hoped that there were not too many more that I had missed. I then continued my way to the farm to harvest the wheat and breed the animals. Because food was becoming a major issue in my world. For some reason, it seemed like not all the animals that I was breeding were actually creating more animals. Stupid chicken. I'm not sure if this is just a glitch or a feature in this version, and honestly I started to wonder if making bread would be a better option for a sustainable food source. After all the work I had done caving that day, I decided to take a small break to work on the base. I decided to make a custom creeper face to my nether portal as a tribute to Ethos World. I did have to get creative though when I realized you could not make custom nether portal sizes in this version. After that, I made a bridge to get across to it, but may have come back to a fire a few minutes later. Oh, I knew it! Oh, it burned! It burned to a crisp! No! I then gathered some more wood to make my variable enchanting table now that I had gotten enough slime from the farm. That's when I made an interesting discovery. Wait. You can insta-mine everything with efficiency? What the heck am I even bothering with these other tools for then? Yeah, 1.0 is weird, man. Being able to mine everything with efficiency is crazy. I then began working on the variable enchanting setup where I had to remember how to craft repeaters. Okay, how do I craft a repeater in this version? But after running out of resources, I had to go back to the top of the cave since I had not moved all my resources yet. I know it's something like that. I'm missing something. Ah, I'm a genius. I then decided to give one final check on the mob grinder. I mean, look at how fast this is. It's not half bad. I mean, that right there almost made all the mob proofing worth it. I even did some fishing so I could get another achievement. I then collected some more slime that spawned and finished the variable enchanting setup. I mean, it was definitely rough looking, but I could always make it look better later. Now that I had an effective mob grinder, I decided to try and get the remaining 10 levels I needed to get to level 50. It still took some time, but this was way better than the zombie spawner, as I finally reached level 50 for the first time. Nice! Level 50! Now we can do the level 50 enchant. After all this effort, I still spent 5 minutes just trying to get level 50 in the enchantment table. And I finally settled for a level 48 enchantment. 48, let's go. Alright, we're doing it. Come on, chat, pray. Fortune 3. Been grinding a while. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Ugh. I only got 1 enchantment for 50 levels. How absurd is that? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit heartbreaking. And while the mob grinder had certainly made this process a bit faster, a blaze farm was going to be my best way to get XP going forward if I was ever gonna get Fortune 3. Before I made one of those, there was still one more thing I wanted to get: melons. This is because they are used to making instant health potions, and since there was no totems, shields, or easy way to get enchantments, this could easily help save my life. The only problem was there was only one way to get them back then since there was no jungle biome, and it was inside a chest in a mine shaft. Thankfully I had found one in my base earlier on in my world, but it did mean I would have to do some more mind-numbing torch placing. After clearing most of the mineshaft, I began to get worried because I could not find any chests. Not only that, but I couldn't find any cave spider spawners either, which made me wonder maybe the mineshaft was glitched. But as I got close to clearing the rest of the mineshaft, I found what seemed to be the only chest that had spawned. We found a chest, we found a chest, we found a chest, we found a chest. Please, melon seeds. Let's go! We got melon seeds. Let's freaking go. That's huge. This was such a relief and really demonstrated my experience playing old Minecraft for the first time. Honestly, I wasn't sure how much I would enjoy playing old Minecraft, and it certainly was not always easy, but moments of victory like this just seemed to make it all worth it. While I knew I may not enjoy everything about old Minecraft, that was okay, because we often don't enjoy everything about, well, anything. What is important is how you enjoy the journey, and I was having so much fun experiencing new challenges I never had before. So after getting the melon seeds, I added them to the farm. But before I ended the stream for the day, I decided to put a little work into the slime farm so that I could soon make it a bit more automatic. Before starting on that project next session, I of course continued my ritual and checked on the melons. I then went back to the slime farm and continued to replace the 2 layers with stone bricks and pumpkins for lighting. I could eventually add more layers, but this would get me started for now. I then mined out a few blocks into each wall so that I could place water channels for the mobs to be pushed. I hope to one day make a mob sorting system. That way I could run slime through little tubes that went through this section of my base. That way we could see them going by. Since the spot where zombies from the zombie spawner ended up in the section where the slime farm was, I decided to turn it off and close it up for now. I eventually wanted to make it more efficient later, but that was not really urgent right now. I then began adding the water channels to direct the flow of slime. Next I took a break to check on the melons and deal with some other chores. Or you have this... Where'd you come from? You're not allowed to be free. I also gathered more wood that I would need for signs in the slime farm. Then I got back to work finishing up the slime farm before finally updating the look of the variable enchanting setup. Unfortunately, I discovered that I could not create a double piston extender to give the enchantment room some more headspace, so I would just have to clean it up for now and worry about that another day. Breaking from the norm, I began the next day by working on some base design, which I'm a bit embarrassed to admit I was really struggling with. Earlier, I had created a design I had liked, but I was struggling with how it would flow with the center of my base. While working on it, I heard some slime and decided to check out how the farm was doing, and man, it was working now. Oh, this thing is really pumping now. I went back to working on the base, and after mining blocks out to open it up and fiddling with different layers and elevation, I was able to settle on something I was happy with for now. Yeah, I like this. This is when I finally started to understand why people like to play old Minecraft. I heard others say it was better and others chalk it up to nostalgia, but I think the answer is deeper than that. Because after playing old Minecraft, I've so enjoyed my experience and would certainly do it again. But how can I be nostalgic for something I never played? Was my enjoyment just because Minecraft was better back then? Well, I don't think that's true either. I think what makes old Minecraft great is that it's simple, and sometimes that's all you need. The fact is that old Minecraft is just a different experience from the current version of the game. That is what makes Minecraft great though, is that with every update you get a slightly different experience to a game you love, but you always have the option to go back to that first time you played Minecraft. Next, I went back to my managerial duties before going to the Nether. But how dare you You see, now that I had a smooth running slime farm, I was finally able to build the blaze farm. I decided to explore some of the nether first in search of a double blaze spawner. After searching for a while though, I was unable to even find another fortress. I eventually decided that I would search more later, but for now I went back to the spawner that was closest to my nether portal, which also happened to be relatively enclosed, so I didn't have to constantly worry about gas. Although that didn't completely stop them. Haha. How does that feel, sucker? I then blocked off all the spawnable spaces with blocks so that I could officially get working on the farm next stream. I then ended the stream by adding a few viewing areas to the slime farm in my base. As I started the next stream, I decided to do a little more searching in the nether for a double blaze spawner, but after almost an hour and one close call, I finally decided that it wasn't worth it. Ooh. That was a little unnecessarily scary there. If I ever found one in the future, I could always make a double spawner then. So I went back to the spawner near my portal and started mining out blocks. Unfortunately, the ghast were still a tad annoying, but they did help me get some of the work done. But after another decided to fire at me, I started to block some of the build off to the open. After getting all the mining done, I had to go back to my base to gather some more materials and make all the pistons I would need. Before going back to the nether though, I of course had to check on my farm. What are you doing, little porker? I then started putting in the frame of the farm followed by pistons. Now I would have to make several layers before finishing the build, but I was quickly realizing how much resources were actually going into this farm. Time was quickly getting away from me, but I was able to get one more layer done before I had to end for the day. Even though it had taken me a while, I planned on finishing the build next stream, and we would soon have a much better source of XP so we could finally get Fortune 3. I started the next stream by getting back to my roots before collecting some sand so I could smelt some glass for the blaze farm. After that, I made some more pistons and grabbed more resources for the build. I was also using nether brick for the layers of the farm. I know, creative, but it's hard when there are only like 5 blocks in the game back then. I then started working on adding more layers to the farm. As I begin on the final layer of the farm, that's when I realized that the block I would be standing on to kill the blazes was 1 block too far to keep the spawner active. Are you kidding me? Off by 1 block is what you're telling me? So I had to shift up the entire farm 1 block, and after running out of another brick, I had to collect more. I then went to create an on and off switch for the farm using lava, but when testing it, I realized a problem. See, this is what's really annoying to me. Why does this not break that lava? Yeah, I don't know if this is a glitch or what, but for some reason in this version, lava would not disappear after removing the source block. So after taking forever to clean this up, I realized I would have no way of turning off the farm. So hopefully I wouldn't need that. So after removing all the blocks that kept the blaze from spawning and placing in the rest of the glass, I went to test the farm. After taking a quick break to let some build up in the farm, I noticed a few issues. First, whenever a blaze landed on the pressure plate, it would activate both the piston above and below it. Also, for some reason, the blocks were getting stuck and not being retrieved by the sticky piston, which would cause the blazes to get stuck on top of the blocks. I figured this was probably happening because I had put the repeaters on a 1 tick delay instead of 2, likely causing the pistons to activate too fast and leaving blocks behind. So I decided to go into the farm to fix the repeaters, but not before taking a fire resistance potion. There went my helmet. I actually don't know if I can fix this right now, and if I get pushed in, I'm so royally screwed. Oh my God. No, no, no. No! No! So yeah, that's how I lost my world. Because I'd been streaming for a long time this day, I honestly just wasn't even thinking straight. First, I went into the farm with gear that ended up breaking because it had no durability left. But secondly, I probably didn't even need to go into the farm. I probably could have just mined behind the blocks and reset the repeaters. On top of that, I totally forgot to make the instant health potions that would have certainly saved my life at this moment. Never mind the fact that I never did get Fortune 3. If I had just mined the diamonds I had found, I could have made diamond gear that may have just kept me alive. While playing into hardcore was certainly a fun challenge, I was starting to wonder if it was holding me back, experiencing everything Minecraft has to offer. I didn't know what I was going to do yet. Would I start over in hardcore, or should this journey be done in survival? The only thing I knew for sure, I wasn't quitting on my journey through every version of Minecraft. If anything, this experience had only reignited my passion for Minecraft, as I relived some of the same feelings I had the first time I opened up a Minecraft world. So if you want to see where this journey takes me, you'll just have to come back for the next one. Also, a big thank you if you made it to the end of the video. Be sure to let me know who you are by commenting below that Minecraft fences are broken. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you want to watch every minute from this series, you can find the link in the description below, along with my Discord if you want to be notified when I go live. You can also watch the next video here when it comes out. Until then, have a blessed day. Ballistic out.